Over the last few days, I received lots of different messages and attacks by people that actually follow me. They say one thing to me, and then they go on and they put these groups together and they attack. Um, my background after I left Ireland was in the seafood business. Is catch seafood, I used to export seafood. I would process some seafood, and of course, I retail and wholesale seafood as well. Doing that, of course, you'd sell them to all different clubs and businesses, casinos, and the likes. Every one of them are owned by different fraternities. Some of them are owned by the Knights of Columbus, which is all Catholic, some of the Elks, the different lodges, and of course, some of them are owned by the Masons. And one thing you were always asked, you could never get in, you could never sell seafood unless you're a member of any one of these fraternities. So in 2003, I think it was, maybe, or two, I can't even remember. It's about 22 or 3 or 4 years ago. I joined about a half a dozen different fraternities. Again, you cannot sell your seafood into them unless you're actually a member. It's crazy, but it's the way it is. One of them was actually the Masons. And with that, I joined and hoping to get some contracts to sell seafood. I know nothing about the Masons, but I have some twisted individuals that are on here and have claimed that because I joined something like the Masons, that being a Mason, that they usually sacrifice one of their kids and he probably killed his own son. What is wrong with you people? Are you that deranged that you come out with something that hurtful? You're absolutely twisted. There's something wrong with you to say something so vile and so disgusting. On top of that, if you look at it, my religion means a lot to me. And what the little bit I know about the Masons, and I know very little about them, again, like there's no religion, right? The whole Christianity, everything else, like, Judaism, no matter what it is, there's no religion actually involved in it. I was also a member of the Knights of Columbus, again, which is, like I said, that's a Catholic fraternity. I mean, does that make me a bad person as well because I joined a Catholic fraternity to sell seafood? You need to get a life. People really, really need to get a life. Furthermore, again, I see people that are all of a sudden now attacking my website. They're saying that we're into cloud seeding, my company, because we have a patent pending on a device called Aquatherm Disruptor. What the Aquatherm Disruptor does, it upwells water. It pushes cold water from 200 meters under the surface up to the surface of the ocean. It can cool down surface temperature. Again, that's actually creating algae blooms, massive negative impact on the ocean. It has absolutely nothing to do with cloud seeding. Again, whoever thought of that is, boom, absolutely crazy. Furthermore, I see people saying, well, they use blockchain technology. Do you even know what blockchain is? I read the comments. Clearly, most of you don't. At this stage, I think most of you only have 2 or 3 little brain cells racking around inside in your head. The blockchain is a digital ledger that you put your data up on there that cannot be changed. The beauty of blockchain, using blockchain for storing data, whatever you put up on the day of, you say, collecting plastic or whatever project you're doing, once it's put up there, you can never change it. You can never change it. It goes on thousands of servers right around the world, and that's the way that works. People need to get a life. Again, I can't believe that I'm a person trying to work on stopping corruption, stopping the problems that's in Ireland. And I have some of you crazy people coming back with this. Please get a life. The final thing they come up with, it was about, they said that I had a defamation case against me inside the States years ago. Let me talk about that for a couple of minutes. It was a Danish company that carried out an environmental crime in Indonesia, and they were called out by one of my companies. An Indonesian company called them out. The company was called the Risi Project. It was owned by a company called Pactec, and 40% of Pactec was owned by the Norwegian royal family. So the decided that they were going to bring a lawsuit to the United States. I had residency in the States at the time. I'm a US citizen, travel and work under a US passport. So what they did is I said to the judge, I said, Your Honor, you have no jurisdiction, absolutely no jurisdiction. This is something that happened in Indonesia by a Danish company and an Indonesian company called them out. I said, you have no jurisdiction in this whatsoever. He held me in contempt for that and gave a judgment against me on the grounds that I would not recognize the court. And also, he would not give any leave for appeals or anything else, like, if that's something that someone wanted to do. So again, I'm a very open book. If you have a problem with me, ask a question. If you would put anything negative on my page about the country that I'm a citizen of, the United States, I will block you. I won't even think twice about it. I don't have to answer questions to anyone. Again, I am doing this for the love of my country, to try and make my country a better, safer place for everyone. At the same time, trying to take our country back. So please, stop with the craziness. You're making yourselves look stupid. Thank you.